The fact is that Social Security is like a leaky roof. The longer you put it off, the more expensive and the more painful the cuts are.
No, I am not aware of what Social Security is.
I sort of know what Social Security is.
Well, Social Security was a policy put in place to help people save for their retirement.
It's a government program that assists elderly people.
It's not specifically meant to be your sole income.
Social Security is using an increasing amount of general revenue money to pay for benefits.
I'm frustrated with the system, and I'm not really sure if Congress would be able to work together enough to make a difference, either for my generation or the generations to come.
I think that Social Security is unconstitutional in some ways because it shouldn't be up to the government on how to spend our money, because in the end we don't get to decide what the money goes to.
I think we should be able to put in a word, like as citizens, be able to put in a word about it.
I would be fine with it if I was guaranteed that I would get it back when I needed it the most, when I am unable to work anymore.
I think that it's not fair because I pay into Social Security, so I think I should be able to have it when I'm older.
I think it's kind of unfair that the government is being so callous with their spending right now, and we're not going to end up with anything when we retire. I like to have the whole point of Social Security is that we have security when we're 65, and I want to have that security.
You guys have to understand that I'm eligible for Social Security, so I'm going to get it, okay? I'm more concerned about my kids and what's going to happen down the road.
If we put it off much longer, it's just going to get into more and more trouble. As your previous guest said, Social Security started spending more than it takes in cash money about 2 years ago, and that's only going to get worse.
Well, when I'm older, I'd probably want to, depending on how much money I have saved up on my own, maybe buy like a condo down like a beach somewhere.
But I can see that money going to something that I would want later in life, more of a desire than a need.
I would probably leave money for my grandchildren and travel the world if possible.
It's not exactly the most comforting feeling, but it's something that, you know, I'm hoping that our government can figure out and find a solution to.
It's kind of disheartening, and sometimes you just sit down, you're thinking, well, what am I working towards?
I feel that would not be very good, because you worked hard for that money, you need that money.
Hopefully I won't have to deal with Social Security myself. Maybe it'll get abolished and we could all handle our own money, or it could go the other way where the government handles everything. I don't know.
I mean, I started working 16 and paying Social Security. It's a difficult thing because it's been abused by Congress over the years. They've borrowed tons of money from it and never paid it back. They've made it available for things that it was never originally intended for. Social Security, and if people laugh, they say you shouldn't use socialism, we're becoming a socialist country. Social Security is socialism.
There's people that are dipping into Social Security and using it for other things. And these other things aren't really appropriate. So the problem is they're not putting back the money that they're taking out for certain situations. And as a result, the money's starting to dwindle.
Well, I don't think Congress sees Social Security as a priority because it's too much of a hot button political issue, and some real decisions are going to have to be made, tough decisions. And I think it's kind of like where we are with the gun laws now. It's like the popular vote and the lobbyists are interfering with what we really need to be done. And you have your seniors who are for it, but then you have the upcoming generation that is, you have your upcoming generation who isn't necessarily as concerned about it, because retirement doesn't really click in until you're in your late 40s that you realize, okay, I'm now on the other side of my life.
The system itself, I worry about my eldest son and the fact that today people have to work 2 jobs to try to put money away into 401ks or Roth IRAs. It's very difficult because it's so expensive to live. So the Congress definitely has to look at this issue.
Dear Mr. President. Dear Mr. President.
Dear Mr. President.
Dear Mr. President. This is a problem that only you can fix. And our future is in your hands.